Hey YouTube, Monty53 here, coming to you from a rainy Sunday morning. A beautiful rainy Sunday morning. It's been a couple weeks since I've been able to film, and even been tough to watch some of the other presenters on YTPC. Just been very busy with work, and then on the weekends I've been doing a lot of, again, volunteering at the gun club, trying to get in my volunteer hours on the rifle range. So I've been doing some range officer hours. So this is the first weekend where I've actually had time off. I mean, we had last week a family birthday party, and then the weekend before that, both days were, besides ROing at the club, we had some pre-wedding parties. I have a relative getting married at the end of this month, which is August, and just been crazy busy. And today I'm just enjoying this nice, cool, I don't even know if it's 70 degrees yet, rainy day. We haven't had rain in a long time, so there's nothing like smoking a pipe, sitting outside and just listening to the rain. What I'm smoking, as usual, is a Paul Cayuga pipe, oil cured. I picked this up the beginning of July, I believe it was, when I paid a visit up there. Really love that stem. Gorgeous orange in it. It looks like candy. And in it, I'm gonna do some explaining the tobacco that's in this. Kind of been doing some experiments with, not experiments, I shouldn't say plural, an experiment. One of the things in this adventure of pipe tobacco or smoking, going on 2 years from switching from full-time cigars to getting back into pipes. You know, you buy a lot of different types of brands and blends and different things. Well, again, Cliff Higgins and Matches 860 always talked about that haunted pirate ship. And I know I've mentioned it a bunch of times, and I made a mini jar like this, and my uncle and I dove into it when I was visiting him a few weeks ago, and I he decided, I offered him, and he definitely took up the offer to keep it because it was so good. Well, I made another batch, I believe 2 weeks ago, so that's aging. And since that was so much fun, I spent the last 2 weeks going, I've heard of other presenters and other people in the community talking about making different blends, making up their own stuff. And I mean, yeah, I've taken leftover tobacco, and you know, when you get near the bottom and maybe it's not enough to fill a bowl, or when you're filling up your bowl, I have a plate down below and it catches all the stuff that doesn't fall into the bowl, and I end up putting that for fun into a big jar, and it's just a mass of random different types of tobaccos, and on occasion I smoke it, and it's pretty good. But what I wanted to do was really start trying to make up intentional blends. I'm really enjoying Dark Fired Kentucky and some Virginias, and I like it all. I find that for blends it's mostly English blends, like a lot of people, and anything with dark fired in it, and even the cigar type blends, especially with the those I did that review on, who was it, Warped Tobaccos. But what I did, this, I was looking at all the different jars I've got, And one of the things I bought when I first got into pipe smoking was from Cornell and Deal, Dark Fired Kentucky. Just a jar of Dark Fired Kentucky. And when you get those emails from like Smoking Pipes or from other people that, oh my gosh, there's this limited edition, or we've got an old tobacco that has buys out really fast. I'm one of those, and especially in the beginning, I'd buy a jar or a can or two. And this is that Full Virginia Flake by Samuel Galwith. Well, during the week, or 2 weeks ago, I thought, well, I like Dark Fired, but I don't like it just on its own. And Virginia I like, but not so much on its own. I like vapors and different things. Well, I thought, well, why not just take those tobaccos? And what I have is from Trader Joe's is an olive wooden bowl. And what I do is I do a 1-to-1 ratio on my first test. So this tobacco I have here, and my wife's got a ton of unused mini jars, these ball jars. And what a better way to create a sample and make your own blend. So what I did was I took that Dark Fired and I took that Full Virginia, and if I did it right, there are 100% Virginia in Dark Fired. I don't know if there's any mixes in them, because what I found was when I went on tobacco reviews and I looked up that Dark Fired, and this is a total rookie mistake. A lot of you probably already know this, but in there they list the Dark Fired Cornell and Deal as a blending tobacco. And when I saw that, I'm like, oh. So, of course, this isn't a new concept. I knew that. But going through their site, not on their site, but on different things, on smokingpipes.com, I went through Cornell and Deal, and they have a whole bunch of these blending types from Virginias and all that. So, I guess they encourage you to make your own blends. And I think that's going to be one of my new hobbies, is possibly creating my own blends. And I gotta say, so far, and just use these mini jars, but so far, it's a 1-to-1 ratio of the Dark Fired and that Full Virginia. I know some people be like, why would you take a good Virginia like this and blend it? Well, it's something to try, and I haven't been smoking a lot of it, and I have another can or two in the cellar. And so far, it hasn't aged much because I did it on the 22nd of July. But it is tasting really good. And I guess what I'm getting at is encouraging people to make blends. And I know, especially after having that Haunted Pirate ship, that stuff's fantastic. I think this is going to be my new addiction, another rabbit hole to go down. But at least I've got small jars. And can experiment with it. But I think this 1-to-1 ratio of that tobacco, that Full Virginia, is going to go. I'm going to do that again. But I think what I might do is see what other companies, or maybe even just Cornell and Deal, if they've got 100%. And they've, I think, got different types of Virginias, the brights and different kinds, so I can really experiment. And then maybe get, if they've got I haven't really looked, and some of you may already know. And please comment below if you do know. But I was going to look and see if they've got maybe 100% Perique, Latakia, all the blends. I did look to see if they had a nice Cavendish, but I didn't see anything. But I could probably just go out and buy a Cavendish. I just don't want it to be an aromatic where they've added anything to it. And I guess it depends on the Cavendish, what they're using for that Cavendish. But this has been my new excitement lately, is creating just a fun blend of what I like. We're going to see how this goes because it is a 1-to-1. And then I would like to try to add more than just 2 tobaccos, different types. And maybe if it's in equal parts, again, if there's 3 tobaccos, a third each, or whatever. Or maybe later on more of one and less of the other. That's kind of fun. I think that's fun. Comment below. Let me know if you think that's a good idea or if you've done it. And if you have a recipe you're willing to share, please let me know, because I'd like to give it a go. This seems to be my new theme. But that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm going on 10 minutes. I've rambled on long enough. I'm just going to sit out here and enjoy the rain. And what was cool yesterday was one of my family members, one of the guys from the group that goes bow hunting, we started up our annual, the 1st of August, first weekend in August, we start shooting our bows for archery hunting. And we shot the 3D course at the gun club I belong to, and it was a lot of fun. It was just so nice to get out with the archery equipment. You know, I don't think there's really any fine tuning I need to do on the bow. I just need to fine tune this person and get ready to go for October. And then I think more guys will start joining us for the Saturday morning tradition of getting out in the woods and shooting our bows. So that's it. Not much from here. I do know I've got some stories I'll tell you guys soon. Keep up with that part of my show or viewing. Just try to get you some funny stories. And that's it. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're going to have a great August. So far, it's finally cooling down. We didn't get a chance to go golfing this morning, but I'm perfectly fine with that. The rain is welcomed. It is well needed. And it's been, you know, like a lot of you, out in the 90s and 100 and just humid. Now, today, it's not even 70 and it's nice breeze and just a beautiful light rain. And I'm just going to enjoy a pipe and get back to what I'm doing. But I wanted to check in and let you know I'm going to try to get back to watching all your videos, those who actually present. And just wanted to thank everybody for watching my video. And I'll try to keep it going for at least once a week. Check in with you and tell some stories or let you know how these blends are going. But you take care, and we will see you next week. Have a great week.